Noah Grove videos. What's up? Thank you for coming to check out my video. I'm going to try to run through this as quick as I can. And what this is, I call this my Amazon music review. This year, I'm going through all, like I've done the past few years, I'm going to go through all of my Amazon purchases of this year and talk about what I think was good, what I think was bad. For the most part, if I think that they truly don't have any merit, or there's nothing really positive or useful to say about them, then I'm just not going to include them. Or if I think that they're just kind of too, like I've got some vitamins that I bought that I don't think makes any sense to talk about them here, but there is one vitamin that I'm including. So without any further ado, I'm just going to jump into it. We're going to run through it. And so here we go. So first up is this JSAUX mini USB to Type-C cable. Basically, I'm just going to show you that's what it is. You can see the connections. You can see the price. There's a 10% coupon that's available. And also, I should say that everything that I'm listing here, everything you see here, I'm going to put a link in the description. So if you're interested in getting that product, there'll be a link there that can take you directly to it. And I'll have the name next to the link. So I don't really have anything to say in particular about this cable. I got a longer one for a device that I was using, and I wanted a USB-C connection instead of the USB 2.0 that was on there. And all I really have to say is this works. It still works. I think it's a good cable. So if you're in the market for this particular kind of cable, this one is good and not so pricey. All right, next up, we have the Peritong Bluetooth Sleep Headphones Headband with HD speakers. I would highly advise these. I think if you ever tried to sleep listening to a podcast or something, and you've got your earbuds in, your wireless earbuds or headphones on or something, it's uncomfortable. You kind of got to find unique positions on your pillow to try to avoid it being uncomfortable. These you could just go to sleep with. The only disadvantage with these is they don't get that loud, but you don't really need them to be that loud. And really, if they got much louder, they'd bother your partner. They don't really obstruct the sound at all. So people around you, if you got it up at the max volume, they can probably hear it a little bit. So, but I've used these for exercising. I tried to use them for mowing the lawn, but the lawnmower was way too loud, and they don't have enough noise cancellation effect to allow you to still hear the sound. But for playing some basketball or going for a run, they worked out great. So I really, really liked these. And I lost mine, and I don't know where they are, and I'm bummed. All right, next up, we got Alliman's Gentleman's short sleeve dress shirts, regular fit. Not much to say other than this is a good shirt. I got them to wear to, corporate gigs or private events. Something that just needs a simple shirt, and these do the job. They look good. They've held up well. Don't wrinkle too badly. I think overall they stay pretty wrinkle-free. Good stuff. Here we got Avia 830 men's basketball shoes, retro high-top sneakers for men, indoor or outdoor. As you can see, not all of this is going to be music-related, but I just wanted to go through and show you everything I got. If it happens to be to your interest, then great. I highly recommend these shoes. You'll see later, I wore through these shoes in a year, and if you know basketball, a pair of basketball shoes holding up with a year's use is pretty solid. These shoes endured a lot, and they hold up really well. And I went ahead and bought the next tier up, which I like even better. So you'll see those later. I would advise buying the next tier up. These are a little bit of a pain to lace up, and get them on and off. For every hoop session, it's a little bit of a pain, and the tier up has a Velcro setup that just makes it way easier and still keeps the shoe really nice and snug. Here we got mix brown cowboy hat for men, western hats for women, and men Australian wool. Um, I've experimented a lot with hats over the years, and ultimately I decided to land on my own hat, and it's the Noah and the Space Ark, just baseball cap. But if you're in the market for a cowboy hat, I think this is a really good one. You can't beat the price for what it is. Um, the rim is flexible and you kind of bend it however you want, and the material is great. It's just a really good hat. It really is. And for what it is, you're going to be really hard pressed to find a better price than that. I think it's significantly a good price. All right, next we've got velvet hangers, 50 pack. If you need some hangers, these do the job. I'll put the link in the description, although it does say it's currently unavailable. All right, next, ESR for iPad Pro case. If you need a case for an iPad Pro, I think this is awesome because, as you can see from the picture, you can set it up in a variety of ways. So it can function as a stand and a protective case. It's magnetic. It's comfortable. It's well made. It's just a really good case for the iPad. It'll protect it. If you got an iPad Pro, it's worth it, to protect it. So if you drop it, you aren't destroying your investment. Next, we got NPET men's full grain leather belt, vintage distressed style. I got one brown one and one black one. And these are belts where you need to have your own belt buckle. I got a little music symbol, a treble clef belt buckle. And if that's a route you want to go, getting your own belt buckles, this is a good price for a good quality product. And it's just a simple look, nothing extravagant, but it's got a solid, good look, good quality. All right, these blue steel Dean Markley 2036 blue steel acoustic guitar strings. I spend a significant amount of time now looking for the right guitar strings, and for a while I thought these were it. So I think these are really good guitar strings, and at not a bad price. Although it's saying on the mediums they're currently unavailable. You got some extra lights here. I'm sure you could find them again. I was buying them all throughout last year. These did a great job for me, but you'll see I ended up going in a different direction, which surprised me, and we'll get to one other set of guitar strings a little bit later. But you can't go wrong with these. These are solid guitar strings. This would be my rank number 2 from everything I tried. We got the East Top Diatonic Harmonica Key of D. I've tried now 3, and you're going to see one more a little bit later, 3 Key of D harmonicas through Amazon, and I like them all. I think this is probably my favorite. The only thing that I didn't like about this one is that it didn't hold up as well as I would like. It got me through a lot of gigs this year, maybe 6 months, and then the low end of the sonic register of the frequency scale, that low end, the reeds, I think got messed up, and it was hard to get tones out of them anymore. But hey, for $25, it does a pretty good job, and I really liked the tone. And it still, most of the harmonica still functions fine, but it is sometimes when I've been using it, I miss not being able to use some of those lower tones, those lower frequencies. But could be just, unfortunate accident that I broke the reeds, or it could be a quality issue. Here we've got LICB 20-pack LR44 batteries. It's just a good price on some batteries. I use these for my Fishman PowerTap Earth pickup, and I always have to get more batteries. And hey, look, for that many batteries, $5, that's kind of insane, I think. So here we've got a backpack, the G4 Free 50-liter hiking backpack. I think I got this for like $30. So it looks to me like, if I'm not mistaken, the price has gone up significantly. But that said, it's a really good backpack. I've used it a whole bunch on different trips that I've taken, and it's holding up really well. As you can see, it's got a water pouch. I keep discovering things about the backpack actually, as I have it longer. The new compartments that I didn't know were there. Um, it's got like a USB connection that you can put into like a power bank or something, so you can just charge your phone and set it in the external pouches or whatever. So I really really like this backpack. It's pretty amazing how inexpensive quality backpacks have become. Here we've got Skytex Octa Softbox lighting kit. Studio lights, I'm using them right now. That's what I'm using to light sort of my presentation right now. They do a good job. You can set different tones, and they've got a remote so you can control it, wirelessly. I think they're pretty sweet. I would say one thing that's I discovered after putting them in, which I think I've since I've now created a solution for them and using another product that you'll see a little bit later. When I would go out of town, sometimes I would come back into town, and then my studio, I would get home, my wife would be like, "No, your studio lights are on. You left your studio lights on." And I go in, and sure enough, you can see from the outside that there's kind of a glow coming through the door. And I go in, and it was these lights that were on. And so apparently, if there's a storm and the electrical goes in and out, they just automatically turn on. So that's just something to keep in mind. And now I've plugged them into what do you call it? A smart switch, a smart plug, and so unless that smart plug is on, they won't go on. So I think I've fixed that issue, but just kind of a funny quirk about these lights. So here's those smart plugs. I bought a number before I ever bought these lights, and I think these are really useful. If you've got Wi-Fi, you can set many different things to be triggered by your phone, where you can just turn them on and off with your phone. So I've got the lights in my studio set through the Wi-Fi, and if I'm out of the studio and I need to turn the lights off, I can connect to the Wi-Fi and turn them off. And a variety of other things within the studio, I can just control with my phone, which is pretty nice. So I don't have to actually walk over to the switch. If I'm doing mixing, or I'm doing a live stream, or I'm running different things, or I'm communicating with different people, it's nice to be able to do that. These things get the job done. I've had them for years, and they are still working, so not a bad price on them. All right, just some simple guitar cables, 10-foot 2-pack instrument guitar cables at $15. No complaints here. I don't necessarily feel like they're the best quality. Like the material doesn't feel quite like the best quality that I've seen, but I've had them for a few years now, or not. I haven't had them for a few years. I've had these ones for, I guess it would be about 1 year, and anyway, I've used them a bit. They work. I don't notice any sort of. Doesn't seem to me that the sound quality is degraded in any way. So I think they get the job done. You get two 10-foot cables for $15. Pretty good. Here we got fine headphone amplifier, 4 channels, stereo audio amplifier, headphone splitter. What to say about these? They're for $22. You're not going to find better value, but I would say, like, if you keep the volume levels on the lower side, they're going to do a good job. But I have noticed, as I've tried to push the volume levels, they start to break up a lot, and I get a lot of distortion to the point that I ended up going a different route. And I'm still going to try to use. I'm going to experiment with these actually in the coming days. I got a better headphone amplifier splitter, like a rack mount one. And I'm going to see if I can't do most of the volume through that. And if I send an already really strong signal to these, maybe that will allow me to even split more signals without getting that breakup. That would be pretty sweet if I can do that. But we'll have to see. But as long as you keep it at like low to medium volume levels, these work well. And like I said, if you push it, it starts to break up. That's been my experience. Distortion. All right, the 12-pack Maxify 1200 XL ink cartridges. The only reason I included these is because I just wanted to give a warning. Don't buy these. I'm quite confident the value seemed to be incredible. We all know ink is expensive. And I'd heard that if you buy secondhand ink, you run the risk of damaging your printer. I'd done it in the past without any issue, but I do think these damaged my printer, and it made my printer unusable. It was a new printer, and it was not a cheap printer, and so and the repair was going to cost more than the printer. So I think these did that. So I would just say, probably it's worth just getting the more expensive ink, the ink that's meant for that printer. So just a warning. Samson R21 dynamic vocal microphones. I bought these because I was hosting a podcast, and I had one podcast event in particular that had like 20 some people over here, and I didn't have enough microphones for everybody. I was a little bit short. And so I was looking for a cheap option to just get at least a microphone, even if it's not great quality, on every person that I would be able to if I ever had that many people over again. And so I can say these work, but the audio quality is not that great. So it's borderline for me, to the point where I'm wondering if I would even want to use them, or if I would just put microphones on the people that were going to be doing more of the talking, and just make that sacrifice. The quality is not that great, but I don't know. Maybe they can still have their purpose, but I got to play around with it a little more. But they are inexpensive. All right, we got GSL Audio 25-foot mic cable patch cords. If you need a 25-foot mic cord, this does the job. I think here I got like these ones though. We'll see this price here. See, I got these like 50-foot ones. Like I got like 6 50-footers when I bought these for like $20. So the price has gone up dramatically. Look at this. This 50-footer is $139. I'm pretty sure I got 6 of these for like $20. I'm not kidding you. They had some big discount when I bought these. I guess they don't have it anymore. Pretty sure that's what this was when I bought it. All right, we got Elibase. That's, I guess, just a shout out to keeping your eye out for deals. Like Amazon has some phenomenal deals sometimes. If you just are looking for them and you see them, maybe jump on them. Elibase 1/4 inch TRS instrument guitar cable, 2-pack. Nothing much to say other than a decent price, and they work. And I think they're good quality. I like them. Always need surge protectors, power strips. $12 for 2. I like that these ones, the switch itself glows red when it's on. It's just kind of a nice thing to be able to see from a distance if it's on or off. So I would vouch for these ones. They've held up. They get the job done. 25-foot extension cord for $14. Not bad. It's good quality. Put the link in the description. Motivational water bottle with straw and handle for $9. Keep yourself hydrated. It's really important to stay hydrated throughout the day. As a singer, it's especially important, but it really just is in general. I've found that as I get older, I get distracted with things and I get focused in on things, and then before I know it, I'm dehydrated just because I didn't drink water throughout the day. I think it's just good to have a bottle of water around you. Just always have it around. So just try to remind yourself to keep drinking water throughout the day. And only thing is that with this one, there was a point in time where I'd been using it for a while, and I guess I hadn't cleaned it since I'm just drinking water, and I should have cleaned it more often. And I looked at one point, and there was a decent amount of like gunk and maybe some mold that was in there. So definitely clean it frequently. Here we've got a surge power strip, a surge protector power strip. I've got this on my loop table. It's got the USB ports here. I think that's pretty sweet. The plugs are spaced out, so if you have larger things that need to plug in, There's enough space for them. I really like it. It's good. $17. All right, the FitLife flexible metal garden hose, 75-foot lightweight stainless steel water hose. I think I got this at a better price when I bought it. I think I got it like $30 or $40 or something. And I would say the metal aspect of it is, there is a certain advantage in it. But I find myself preferring the regular garden hoses overall. But I do think this is maybe the biggest upside is that this is probably going to last, forever. I don't think this is going to break. Whereas the other garden hoses, they do have some problems. But I don't know. I just like the other garden hoses. GET 66321 REC heavy duty plastic restaurant tumblers, set of 4, 32 ounce. I love these cups. I don't know. I just do. They're just good cups. They're just big good cups. That's all really to say about them. I just like them. They're just good cups. So, I think they're worth it. $12 for a nice set of just casual use cups. If you need a big glass of water or anything, awesome cups. JE Tech case for iPhone 11. I've got this case currently on my phone. $10. I think it's a great case. I've dropped my phone a whole bunch of times. It's protected my phone. If you dropped your phone in the wrong way, you could still crack the glass because it doesn't have anything covering the glass. But, as long as it doesn't fall like directly on something in an awkward way, then it'll be fine. Thought I just saw a crack in my phone, but it wasn't. It was just the picture had a wire going across. All right, we've got these Ernie Ball Prodigy guitar picks. I've got a pick that I'm going to show you a little bit later that is my go-to pick. It's the only pick I'm ever going to use for the rest of my life. This is not it, but they're okay picks. Maybe some people will like them. They're not bad, but for me, I've found. I'll show you later. I like a bigger pick with the 1 millimeter thickness. Is that what it is? We'll see it, but I wanted to include this on there. It's a cool looking pick. I'll give it that. Sposule men's athletic hiking shorts. I like these because they have zippers on all the pockets. They're lightweight, as it says. They look good. I think you could even potentially wear these in professional environments a little bit. I think they're great shorts. I really do. I think they're good shorts. So they're some of my favorite for what they are. So here we go. The Jim Dunlop Tortex Flex Triangle 1 millimeter blue guitar pick. This is where it's at, in my opinion. I've burned through so many different picks. I thought I had found my end-all be-all pick before, and then I started using these. At first, I thought these are way too big. Why am I? I'm not gonna like using these. But once I got used to them, I'm never gonna use another pick. They give me everything I want out of a guitar pick. They're not gonna break on me in the middle of a gig. They're gonna hold up through lots of gigs. In fact, I don't think I've had a single one break. So the only thing that could happen is I lose them, So I bought this pack of 72, and I'm good. And I'm even probably gonna. I've contacted Jim Dunlop through their website to have custom ones made, but they only let you get them in quantities of 800 as a minimum, and it's like $350 to print the custom ones for 800. It's just a little too much for me at this point. If I could do like 100, then I would do that. Or even 500 at like 25 cents a pick or something like that. All right, Velcro brand sticky back hook and loop fasteners. Sometimes you need Velcro, maybe you want to Velcro your guitar pedals down, or just who knows. There's tons of different things that I find myself always needing to secure, and this is one of the best ways to do it. at $15. For 15 feet, it's pretty good. And then I even bought like a 50-foot roll at some point at a better price. I think I might have included that on here or not, but it's just it's good. It gets the job done, and you never like. I'm always gonna need more of it. Like in another week, they'll find something else like, oh, this would work great for that. So it's just good stuff to have around. PAX Novelty Mason Jar 16 ounce. I found these really useful for storing my smoothies or different things in the fridge. Mason jars at 12 at $23. They're good quality. I really like them. The lids, everything is going to last a long time. They're good jars. All right, we got the bike handlebar bag, bike basket, front with bike phone mount fit. Yeah, I put this on my bike. I ride to the gym frequently enough, and it's useful to throw some stuff in there. It's a little cooler, so if I can put some ice in there and a drink, and keep the phone on the top. At $20, I think it's worth it. It's a good little thing to have. Basketball shoes, inserts, insoles, men's shoes inserts. I think these worked out great for me. So I was having plantar fasciitis, which I'd never had before in my life. Really freaking hurts. I needed to get more support in there for my feet, and these do it. I put them in the new basketball shoes that I bought. You'll see it in a minute, and I just put them on top of the other insoles that were already in there, and this has worked great for me. You can cut them to size, and they really help me out. My plantar fasciitis has basically gone away now. Better Body Foods organic chia seeds, 2 pounds, 32 ounce. I like to include chia seeds in the smoothies, and at that price, it will last you a long time. Terrasol Superfoods raw organic powder, cocoa powder, cacao powder, however you say it. 2 pounds, 2-pack. I just think you can't beat that price, and tastes good. Good stuff to put in a smoothie. 9.8 foot round reticulate pattern neon LED strip, like a rope light. I've put this around my loop table, and the lighting looks really cool. It's a really cool light. At $33, I feel like, I don't know, it's not bad, but I really like it. I like the look. So I would vouch for it. It's a good rope light. You have to also buy a controller and power plug for it. So, all right, we got the GLINet Cellular Gateway 5G router. So I've got this mounted on my loop table right now, and I'm using it for a few different functions. But one of the functions I've used it for is I put a cellular chip in it. What do you call it? The SIM card. Put a SIM card in it from AT&T, and I was able to get Wi-Fi or get internet anywhere. And I wanted to do that because I wanted to be able to live stream, use this loop system table and live stream from anywhere without having to worry about if there was going to be Wi-Fi or not. I could provide my own. And then also I've got a mixer here, the XR18, the Behringer XR18, that you can mix from an iPad, but you need to have a Wi-Fi signal. The Wi-Fi doesn't necessarily need to have internet. It doesn't have to have active internet. And so I've done mixing in the past with a different router. But what was cool with this is I could get internet through this router. I could connect my iPad to this router, and then I would be able to, get through Ultimate Guitar chord sheets and whatnot by using the internet, and I would still also be connected to my mixer. And so it made my iPad much more functional, and I think it's a great router. No complaints here. It ain't cheap, but it pulls off a lot for me. I don't think that's the price I paid for it. I think I paid like $200 or $300 when I bought it, but I can't remember. There's a $90 coupon, so. We've got powered USB hub, RSH Tech, Type C to 7 port USB. feel like you're running a lot of different gadgets. These having some of these around are great. I also like the fact that they're powered, because if you're powering them, like I've got my iMac over here, if I'm running direct out of the iMac USB outs, they only have so much power, or your laptop USB outs, they only have so much power. I think it's better to have these hubs have their own source of power, so they're not pulling and draining the power that's from your computer. This has done really well for me. They've held up. I've bought a couple of these over the years, and they've held up really well. I don't expect that they're going to be quitting anytime soon. Custom baseball cap. So this is the one I'm wearing right here. I went ahead and bought like 20, I think, custom ones, but at $4 plus the shipping, it's a pretty good price for the hat. That's their prices they don't end up being like $4 per hat. It's kind of funny because normally when you buy more, you get a cheaper price, but the way this works is actually you buy more, it gets a little more expensive per hat. I think because of the shipping. But anyway, I think these are great. I mean, for the price, I don't think you can beat it. I really like this hat. All right, UTech wireless charger, 10W Max fast wireless charging pad compatible with iPhone 16. My iPhone stopped charging through the charging port. So I got one of these and was a little skeptical at first, but the thing gets the job done. I've got it on my nightstand. So when I go to sleep, just set the phone there. In the morning, it's all charged up. So I've also used this on road trips where I can charge it from the carport, the cigarette lighter, and use that as a way to power this, and it works. Elixir strings. So these are the strings. These are the ones I said earlier. Those cryogenic ones or whatever they were. Finally, I ran into these ones, and these are the ones that I'm going to be going with for the rest of my life, probably. I use them on an acoustic guitar, 7-string set. I kind of like that actually because that high E string. So when I set these up on my guitar, I don't use the 10 gauge string. But if the E string broke, then I at least would have that spare available if I needed it for that high E string. But what I was always looking for in guitar strings is something that's going to last a long time, give me the tone I'm looking for, and let the tone hold up as well as possible, and also not break. I've had such a hard time finding a set of strings that wouldn't break within a week or within a few days. One of these strings will break when I'm gigging. And I've found these strings can get me through 2 weeks to even a month sometimes. I've been gigging less in recent times, so I haven't put these ones through the rigor of, really busy schedules. But I do think overall these are the best that I've found. And I also just want to throw on the top of that, it surprised me because in the past I'd used elixirs and they would break on me so fast, and I would be spending $20 for a pack of strings, and I would have a string break in one gig. I just immediately stopped using elixirs when I went through that experience like 2 or 3 times or 4 times because I couldn't afford it. I mean, that was just insane, the rate at which the strings were breaking. Until I started using these OptiWeb ones, which are meant for electric guitars, something's different about them. So these ones are holding up, and I like the thicker gauge. I think that helps them, the longevity in terms of not breaking. The tone seems to hold up quite well. I mean, really, I don't know that there's a better string. Really, really happy with these strings. So, awesome strings. Autis pen holder clips. I've put these on the outside of my loop table to hold Sharpies so people can sign, some of my guest book or sign the table itself. And they stick really well. They're awesome for what they do exactly what their job is, and they do it very well. Got WDT Pro solar lanterns at $35 with a 20% coupon, taking that down to probably about $30.29. It was nice to hang a few of these lights around the house. It just gives a little bit of warmth and character to the area for us and for the neighbors. And they seem to be holding up really well. I think they're going to last. And the great thing is you just put them up and leave them there. And they got the solar, so it just charges. And every night they come on, and it's awesome. So here's those basketball shoes I was talking about earlier. Avia 880 men's basketball shoes. So this is the upgrade from the previous ones that I showed. You can see these ones have the Velcro, and I just think they're awesome. So I don't know that I will ever buy a different pair of basketball shoes at this point. I think these are exactly what you want out of basketball shoes. Some people don't like the high tops, but for me, 100% worth it. After breaking my foot by stepping on somebody else's foot coming down from a rebound, I've rolled my ankles so many times in general that, you start getting older and your bones are going to get weaker and your muscles are going to get weaker. You get more prone to injury. This helps significantly to prevent that. Totally worth investing in high tops, and even if it slows your movement down a little bit because the shoes are heavier. I think they're awesome. Got a 3-pack outlet power strip surge protector at $22. I think it's a reasonable price. Same basic ones as I showed earlier in the 2-pack. They light up when you turn them on, and just always need more surge protectors, man. I don't know. Music is techie. All right, we got Beat Me All 351-piece 36-sheet letter stickers. I used these to create sort of a sign on my loop table. Rather than buying a sign, I got these. This was a cheaper way to do it, and I haven't even barely used the lettering. So thought it'd be useful to have around for who knows what different things I'm going to want to advertise or market to people, and I don't have to like print, expensive things, and I can just put the lettering on. So I found them to be useful. Got another powered USB hub. I needed some extra USB-C ports, and some more USB 2.0 ports. So I think this does a good job. And here we've got the vitamin I was talking about, Garden of Life Organics Whole Food Multivitamin for Men. This is vouched for by Uncle Krusty and Auntie Luna, Christopher and Claudia out in Germany. What to say about them other than they take their health very seriously, and I have a lot of trust for them and what they would vouch for. I bought these and tried them, and then I messaged them to see what they thought, and they think these are good stuff. So just a good multivitamin. It's probably something good to have in your diet, and these are good ones. They aren't cheap, but they're really good. Or get Pack 2 battery operated mini lights with timer. I bought a number of different sort of purpley pink lights because I've written a song called Purpley Pink Christmas, A Purpley Pink Christmas, which is my Christmas song that was inspired by my wife because she really liked this particular shade of a color that she called purpley pink. And it is kind of a special color when you see it. It's got this kind of neon glow. And so I've tried to find that in Christmas lights, and I can put up the links to all the ones that I bought. But every year I play my song Purpley Pink Christmas, and I've got these. I started stocking up this year some lights that I can give or sell to people at my gigs. This is one of those packs. Here we've got the Suzuki Harmonica Harpmaster D. So it's a little more expensive than the other one, the Easter one that I showed you. And for me, the tone on this I like a little bit less than the Easter one, and it's a little more expensive. But I don't like it that much less, and it's different. And things might change as I spend more time with it. But it does seem to be really well made, and I'm hopeful that the reeds are going to hold up better than the Easter one did. And I read that this one was really well reviewed by. I did some research on it, and it seems that real harmonica players that have experience with lots of harmonicas like this harmonica. So here we got the S4 Star Projector Galaxy Night Light. I put this on my loop table because it's called the Space Arc. Thought it just looked cool, and it does. And it has this. It puts all these green sparkles all over, and to me, that's the best thing that it does, more than kind of the Nova Galaxy lights. All these green sparkles come up, and people seem to like those when I've had that out and about. So it adds a cool look to the table, just by the fact that it's this little cute astronaut, and then also creates the green sparkles. And look at the price, $28 for something like that. Seems pretty good to me. Geekria for Creators foam windscreen. I've got that on my microphone. It was really windy the other day. I was out, and singers, if you're outside and it's windy, it's like constantly just blasting through the PA. The wind has a serious impact on microphones, and so this just helps mitigate that a little bit. Pretty good price, and I like it. It's good. And I've just been getting into lighting as I built this Space Arc. It's kind of moving in a DJ direction, and I needed to have a good lighting strategy, and so I've bought 2 of these. I've yet to set them up and figure out exactly how I've got a good idea about how I'm doing it, but I've yet to really pull it off yet. But I have turned them on. They're super bright, and I got to put more time into it, but I think they're going to be great lights. Got the Govee RBIC floor lamp. I got these also as a part of what I thought I'd do at lighting. I thought they looked really cool in the images. I do like them, but I think overall for my live sets, I'm not going to end up using them, and I've just put them in my studio. I think they add a cool ambience to my studio. I was planning to put them on either side of my stage or wherever I'm setting up for live gigs, and they look fine, but they're not quite what I was hoping for that. But I still think they're really cool lights. So I don't know if they're necessarily worth the price. But they're pretty good lights. I think they're unique. You can control them from the phone. I think they're pretty cool. This is another from the same brand, Govee Glide RGBIC wall lights. I have put these on the Space Arc itself. In particular, I wanted to. I think I bought the 6-piece. I bought these at a significantly lower price than that. Yeah. But I wanted these lights to sort of they listen just like the other ones I just showed you. They can hear sound, or they can detect sound, and so you can set them where the lights themselves respond to the sound. And so I thought the rhythmic setting was the best setting, and so whenever you kind of hear the beat, boom, boom, then the lights will kind of pulse. And that's kind of what I was excited about from the standpoint of the presentation, my stage presentation with lighting, that would be pretty cool. But the other ones, I just felt like they weren't quite strong enough and reliable enough. Maybe they were too sensitive to the sound, even when I set the sensitivity low, that I couldn't really get it to just trigger on the pulse of the beat. They were too responsive to all the different sounds. And then one would hear sounds the other one wouldn't hear, and so it just didn't quite work like I hoped. But these ones, they're pretty cool. I put them on the table itself, and I don't know. I'm still thinking about what I might do with them, if I'm going to leave them on the table, or if I might find a place for them in the studio. But they're still pretty cool lights. Here we've got a chill pill. I carry these around on the loop table, just in case somebody in the audience needs a chill pill, and it's just ashwagandha. You're not drugging anybody. I've yet to give one out, so maybe I'll get arrested. I don't know, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to give out some chill pills. The Hampton Nautical Deluxe Class Wood and Brass Decorative Ship Wheel. I don't know how many people are going to have a use for this, but since this is, my loop table is called a Space Arc, I, for a long time, wanted to have, my band was called Noah and the Space Arc, I wanted to have a ship wheel. Just thought it made sense thematically. And so I got this one, not too big, kind of small, but ended up working out perfect. I was able to mount it on the side of the Space Arc, and it looks great. 3mm craft wire for sculpting, 52-foot aluminum wire, bendable thick metal wire. I bought this actually to create a sort of container for the grass from my mower to like put on the mower itself, like a grass catching bag. But this metal is actually extremely bendable, so it won't hold up well under any kind of pressure. Even small amounts of pressure will cause the metal to bend. But that said, in that way, it's a pretty unique material, and it is pretty useful for a lot of different things. I've used them as a way of helping me to hang speakers in the studio, heavy speakers, because the material itself is pretty strong. It's just really bendable. So I don't know, it's a pretty cool material. 52 foot for $13 seems like a reasonable price there. And then this is the Art Head Amp 6 rack mount 6-channel stereo headphone amplifier. Like I said earlier, I was able to get this I think for $100. There was a used one that they were selling, and I bought it for $100 through Amazon. And I've got it on right now, and I just tested it this morning. It works. But this is what I got instead of those other, or at least to complement those other amplifiers that I showed you earlier, the Fifine ones. And like I said, I've yet to test running this into those to see if that can prevent that distortion that I'm getting through the Fifines. But I've already cranked the volume through these ones, and I'm not getting that same distortion through the headphones. So I think it is a problem through the Fifines. And so far, I'm really happy with this. I think it's going to be great. The sound quality feels really, really good. I think the headphone amplifier that you use is, based on this experience now it's a pretty significant, a meaningful thing. All right, we got the AK-45 amplifier, stereo receiver, Bluetooth, home audio amplifier. I just had a few passive or speakers that were like 4 of them that were in my studio that were in here when we originally bought the home, and this garage, they already had these out here, and I'm not sure exactly what they used them for, but and I haven't been using them for 5 or 6 years, and I finally just bought this thing. I got it at $25. Now it says it's $36. But just to power the speakers, and it's a pretty sweet little device. So for $25 to be able to use these speakers that I already had, I think they're pretty sweet. That was totally worth it to me. So it's got a Bluetooth functionality. I mean, really, the tech that exists, I don't know if you're looking for something like this. I think it gets the job done. So I don't know why you wouldn't just buy this one. It's amazing that the tech that exists in this device is available for this price. Like I said, I got it for $25. But last one is 20-foot by 10-foot wrinkle-free black backdrop curtain for parties. I set this up in my studio for the backdrop of where I'm going to have bands performing or solo acoustic. Any performers, they're going to be up against the backdrop of these black curtains. And so I can cover up my giant calendar. And I think they look good, good quality, and I'm happy with them. And with that, that's it. We ran through them all. If you made it this far, congratulations. That was a lot. And I was even getting tired talking, but I'm sure that plenty of those items aren't interesting to people, but hopefully there's enough in there that were useful to you. That's my 2024 Amazon review, and I'll do it again next year. Thanks for checking out my video. Like, share, subscribe. Enjoy the outro music. Peace out. See you later. When no one's around and you're feeling down, just get on the upbeat. and you lost your heart and don't know where to start, just get on the upbeat. 'Cause I've been playing on the downbeat for too long. Maybe the remedy is to fall into a song and just get on the upbeat, just get on the upbeat, yeah.